What's up, everybody? Well, I got another Asus Ally X gameplay video for you guys today, and today we're gonna have a look at some No Man's Sky. Now, somebody wanted me to test this out on the Steam Deck because they wanted a space game and they wanted to try Starfield, but heard it ran like crap, and then heard about that and this No Man's Sky game. So I figured, well, let's try it out for them. And it did have a check mark, and it ran pretty damn good. It seemed a little weird going into the world I was at for the first time. Lots of drops there, so space might be a little wonky still, but it's still doing a lot better once you got on your planet than Starfield, that's for sure. So, it should run pretty damn good on here too. And we have a crazy kitty. What you doing, Mistin? Are you hyper? What's on your nose? Did you hurt yourself? She almost looks like she's got like blood next to her nose. I'll have to check that out in a second here. Anyway, I was pretty much done with the intro anyway. I want to see what's up with my kitty's nose, and then we'll get into the game. All right, so let's try 1080p first here with the high settings. It's probably not going to run great, but I still want to try it anyway. Because this is for the people who don't really care that much about like super high frame rate. They just want it to look nice. So let's hop into the game and see how it runs and see how it looks. Well, now here we go. Honestly, doing a lot better than I thought it was gonna. I knew it wasn't gonna get 060, but seems like it's getting 40. Oh, here we go. Yeah, that's not fun. But I found out it does this on a lot of systems, so it's not like it's just the Ally being super weak. Obviously, yeah, these settings are probably a little too high for it, but I think if you run around like this long enough, it won't like freeze up like that. But yeah, 30, 40 FPS. Not bad at all for what it is. I mean, a lot of people would be absolutely fine with it. I don't think they'd like the freezing up part like this, but I'm pretty sure that it'll stop doing that after a little bit. I mean, unless I'm just going too far for the thing. But we're also going to try 900p and 720p with medium and low settings, so if this is not good for everyone, which it probably isn't, I mean, no one setting is good for everybody, that's why there's different settings after all. Man, this freaking planet is super toxic. I'm already down to 25% protection. We still need some more dust. There we go. We just got to put that where? Alright, now I think I got it, right?
Toxic protection falling.
Alright, there's the sodium. Let's put that in there so I don't like start dying. Alright, and I'd say this is also probably a good time to tone it down to 900p and medium setting. Well, now we're going to do 900p with medium settings, or in this case, it's enhanced settings. Sometimes games like to just spice things up and not just call it, you know, low, medium, high, all that stuff. Funny enough, though, it still has high and ultra for the other two. You'd think they'd come up with something. If they're going to mess with the other two, might as well call them all something different, right? But anyway, let's go hop back into the game and see how it does now. Now, here we go. Little 900p medium settings. Definitely got a few more FPS. And I think the lockups are a lot, like, less occurrent. I think they still happen every once in a while, but they're not as frequent. I think that'd be a much better way to say that. But I always do these in one take. I mean, unless I say something really wrong that's like misinformation. I don't want to spread misinformation. So that in those times I will go back and reluctantly redo it. But most of the time I just like talking, just shooting the shit with you guys. Alright, cool, more sodium. I need that right now, in fact. I was going to try to make it over to that other planet, but I don't think I can wait. Let's recharge. Alright, we gotta go over to the exosuit. Yeah, we're down to 10%. 9. Yeah, that drops fast as shit. Sodium nitrate. Probably shouldn't have used that, but it's not like I'm going to use this game if I'm going to play this game for real. Well, it's not. Yeah, if it's when I play it for real, I'm just going to make a new game anyway and actually like pay super close attention to how I like do everything. I've been trying to pay a little attention. Otherwise, I'm not going to know how to do anything. Luckily, because they tell me what to do down in the right-hand corner instead of like up in the top. If it's up in the top, half the time it's covered by a stat window, so I'm not going to understand what the hell to do. Or I'll only get like the gist of it and then miss a key feature. Be like, alright, I know how to do like almost all of it, except for how do I do this really important part? Like, I don't know, start the whole procedure, you know?
Technology recharge. Toxic protection falling.
Alright, I think we got that all taken care of. Maybe? Well, let's use this opportunity to go ahead and drop it down to 720p and low settings. So, 720p time. And we're going to go with standard or low, whatever you want to call it. This game calls it standard, but it's pretty much low. I just did the preset, so I guess that makes the base complexity enhanced and not the lowest it can go. But hey, it is what it is. So, now we reach the bottom. Let's get back into the game and see how it does now. Now, here we are, 720p low. And this is much better. Obviously, it looks like not great, especially all blown up like this, but I'll take this frame rate over that any day. Especially on such a small screen, I'm not going to notice as big of a difference. Obviously, if I had it side by side, I'd notice, but if I just picked this up and started playing, I'd go, alright, cool, looks good enough to me, let's go. You know? Alright, let's just keep running around a little bit here. At this point, I think I thought it was going to take me off the planet, so I just started running around. But then it turns out no, that was not what it was trying to do at all. Which made me Feels silly, but it is what it is. I didn't want to risk it. Definitely an amusing game for sure. And this is just one planet. If I remember correctly, you're supposed to be able to fly to different worlds and whatnot. I could be wrong, but that's what I was under the impression of when I bought it. But I got this thing on sale, so even if that's not the case and this is all it is, who cares? I could still have countless hours of fun just on this planet alone. Anyway, why don't we go move on to a little camera recorded gameplay now? Alright, now for some camera recorded gameplay.
Technology recharge.
All of the recharge. Those things just move.
Toxic protection. Falling.
So this is a pretty damn toxic world, it seems. Hey, look at that, my RGB just randomly came back. Yeah, it wasn't working at all while I had it hooked up to the capture computer. Ooh, that's a pretty big ass creature. I want to mess with him. Alright, found my ship again for a second. Like, oh shit, where is my ship? So I'm pretty sure I could probably pick up a map, or pull up a map and get back to its location, but no, we can't search that. That's right. We tried that earlier. Oh. There's other people here. I was not expecting that. I'm not like real people, I'm sure, but like NPCs. I felt out this was just a completely abandoned planet. Or uninhabited, not abandoned. It'd have to be something besides creatures inhabiting it first to be abandoned. But yeah, it seems to be more than playable now. I mean, it was already pretty playable just in 900p medium settings, for those who don't care about 60 plus, but this thing usually stays above 60, at least on this world. Every world's probably different in the FPS department, but at least this one seems to be able to do it. falling, it's falling, it's falling down the river. Hey. Looks a very nice plant. Looks like laser beats plant any day. And I could do the other stuff it wants me to do, but then I'd get probably taken off this planet, and we've already done most of our testing on things on this planet, so I kind of want to keep it as close to apples as I can for the fire bat and everything else we're going to do. Take that, hazardous flora. Oh, what the heck is this? This shit like glows. What do you do? You look toxic as all hell. Oh, it's sodium. As a matter of fact, we could use some of that right now.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
It definitely seems like a very fun planetary exploration kind of game. Oh, that's cool. It's like Saturn, but on its side.
Falling.
Anyway though, I'd say that's probably good. So why don't we go wrap this video on up? Well, alright guys, that's a wrap for No Man's Sky on the Asus Ally X, and it did a great job. I mean, it was almost playable even at 1080p if it weren't for the fact that it was dropping to like 0 FPS, it felt like, for certain instances. But 900p medium, there's like 30, 40 FPS, even in the 50s sometimes, so that would be fine for a bunch of people. And then if you're like me and you're just like 60 FPS plus and don't care what it looks like on a handheld, well, you can have 60 plus 2 with this game. And heck, if you use FSR, you could probably even get away with 1080p. I mean, unless it was like a VRAM issue or something like that. But the thing has 8 gigs, 1080p, that should be plenty for a game like this. This game doesn't look like, you know, the craziest, highest graphical game in the world. But heck, look at Starfield, it doesn't either, and it's really hard to run too. So I'd still say it's got a little bit more optimization than that game. But I think this was like their own like engine. I could be wrong, but maybe it just uses like some already done engine. But Starfield is basically the same engine they've been using for like all of their games for the past like 10 years plus. And they basically just held it together with some duct tape and some glue and some hopes and some prayers. And thought, hey, good enough for Skyrim, it's good enough for space exploration, damn it. So that's probably why that one does not run so well. They need a new engine. I hope that the next Elder Scrolls game has like a completely revamped engine and they're not just, all right, well, let's try the duct tape approach again, because I don't think people are gonna go for that again. That and all the loading times. It was fine before, but all the loading times are a little lame. That's just my opinion. And I also think this game seems pretty damn fun. Different types of games. One's like an RPG with space exploration elements, and this seems to be a just space exploration. You go out there and you explore. You have fun. That's kind of what I get from the little I've played so far. But that is all I got for this particular video. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.